So athletic competition comes with a lot of stress. Consider what's on the line. Medals and records, qualifying for other events like the Olympics, pride, all that training and cost. The weight can be a lot to bear, so who couldn't use a visit from some friends? I have some very special guests to introduce you to. A quick little anecdote before I do. I was getting my accreditation the other day, and I noticed the security officials checking in some very important guests of the four-legged variety, so I had to invite them and you all in. So let me introduce you, number one, to Snickers, the schnoodle. Hello, Snickers. And Enzo, the standard poodle. Hello, beautiful Enzo. And of course, their owners, Kathy McPherson and Virginia Maltiki. Thanks for coming in and bringing your beautiful dogs. Tell me, number one, about Snickers.
Snickers is a schnoodle, and she's been with St. John Ambulance Therapy Dogs for about 2 years.
Okay.
And we're very excited to be visiting with Pan Am athletes.
I bet you are. And we're going to talk about the program, but just introduce us as well to Enzo, because Enzo's well known, isn't he, at St. Mike's Hospital in Toronto?
At Sick Children's
Hospital. At Sick Children's, okay.
At Sick Children's, indeed. So Enzo is a standard poodle.
Right.
And we've been part of the St. John Ambulance Therapy Dog program for 2.5 years now. Started in 2012.
So about the same. You've been there as well. Now look at how beautiful they are. They're well behaved. They're quiet. I can see why they're therapy dogs. But tell me why these two make good therapy dogs.
Well, Snickers, ever since she was a baby, was a very calm, friendly dog who really enjoyed meeting people. And whenever I was having a rough day, she always made me feel better. And I thought, what better way to share the love and be able to help other people as well? Oh,
that's a terrific idea. We follow what the St. John's Ambulance program does. I mean, we certainly have seen it in other news stories as well. We've seen it in retirement homes. We see it in hospitals, as you said. We've seen it post Newtown and really traumatic events where they've taken the therapy dogs in to offer comfort, I guess. But how are you affiliated with the Pan Am Games, Virginia?
Well, the woman who is in charge of wellness for athletes in Pan Am, actually connected with one of our chief coordinators and said, this would be a wonderful idea to help the athletes. And that's how it started. So we are actually there under the auspices of wellness for the athletes.
And so you're taking Enzo and Snickers and a number of the other dogs.
Yes.
For the very first time this has ever gone into a major sporting event of this type. And what kind of ever exactly, which is quite an interesting part of it. And what are you doing in the athletes' village, Kathy?
Well, they have usually teams of about 5 or 6 teams, dogs and handlers, visiting at a time, and we go into shifts for about 2 to 3 hours, and basically we'll just hang out with the athletes. You know, they're away from home, they're stressed out, constantly being judged, and just, you know, a little love from a furry friend, you know.
So they snuggle
really
up and cuddle up with the dogs and pat the dogs. I mean, look at that face. Who could resist that face? I totally understand. It would be a wonderful distraction, and you know, not everybody wins a medal. I'm sure they could use some comforting from time to time too. Is it just the athletes? Because I met yesterday some lovely young women from the Northwest Territories, volunteers, and they're away from home for the first time too. I imagine somebody like that might need some. Enzo's just going to have a little lie down and just make her.
That's a good one. Everyone, indeed, Heather, from the organizers to the volunteers to the coaches to the IOC president, whom Enzo met.
No way, Thomas Bogg?
Yes, he met Thomas Bogg.
Enzo and I both met Thomas Bogg. I did. But now, how was the president with Enzo? Was he good with Enzo?
Gave him a big hug. Well, Enzo did his trademark lean, and then
is that what that is? Is that when getting to know you?
Yes, here's my hug.
It's so nice.
He gave him a big hug, and Mr. Bott gave him a big hug and said thank you.
So that's terrific. So there's a good response from the IOC president. What other kind of reactions are you getting from the athletes and the people that may be surprised to see you because they haven't experienced this before?
Yeah, a lot of times they don't at first really understand why we're there, but as soon as they start petting the dogs, it all makes sense.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. They're going to have to. Has there been any talk about extending this? I mean, we have the Pan Am Games now, but looking to Rio or any other major sporting events like this? You hope so? This could be the start of something good. Well, listen, I appreciate so much your being here, bringing in their beautiful, beautiful dogs. Wish the rest of the team a good games on my behalf and to you. I happen to have, do I spell it? T-R-E-A-T-S, treats in my pocket. Do I have permission to give them to Enzo and Snickers because they're such good dogs? Beautiful. So we will. Okay, so are you off to work today as I give the dogs a treat? One for you.
We are this afternoon.
Off this afternoon. And where would you like one? There you go. Oh, look at how you've excellent manners, too.
Oh, yes.
There you go. Beautiful schnooden. No, that's for Enzo. Enzo, this is yours, too. Thank you for being our guest. You know, a TV studio can be a very stressful environment.
Oh, yes.
So if you wouldn't mind just hanging around here for a little bit, we could use you, I think, sometimes.
Pleasure.
Kathy and Virginia, thank you.
Thank you.
Snickers and Enzo, thank you very, very much.